Nah. I wish that I could think of like a type that I hadn't maybe experienced, but I think I've been pretty well-rounded in my fucking career, you know. I was telling her that she's racist because we never hooked up with a black girl together.
Really?
There was one half black girl. Why are you lying?
Okay.
Oh, yes, you're right. Okay, you're good.
Now, just so we introduce to the audience, this is your girl, right?
Lena The Plug.
Okay, you're the plug. Now, your name is Lena, right?
Lena.
How is it Lena if it's Lena?
You gotta call my parents.
She's a scammer.
Okay, you are a scammer. So listen, Lena, where are you from, Lena?
From Glendale, California.
And what is it? What is it like being the girlfriend to Mr. Adam22, the fucking rock star, crazy weirdo motherfucker?
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of things I have to repeat to myself in silence when he says a bunch of crazy shit in front of me.
Okay.
It's for the lulz. Like if he says something wild and I'm like, wow, that was really
like,
offensive.
come over here and fuck me. You know?
No, she's talking more about the podcast.
Yeah, because his job is to be like an oversharer and tell these stories on the podcast, and especially if it's like a story from way back when or whatever. I've heard them almost all of them, like multiple times. But sometimes he'll say something wild, and I'm like, this is his job, you know. Like I just remind myself.
You were talking about being competitive. What was that story you were talking about?
He is like he sees having sex as like gaining access to something that he thought he couldn't have. Like it's like a competition to
it's
gain.
like a bonus level. Yeah, unlock a level.
So
like
he has kept track of every girl he's ever slept with. He knows his number, right? But he was like, I don't want to count it.
Hold on. What's the number?
That's sealed. Those documents
I know
are sealed.
it. But yeah, so we were on his podcast with two other girls, and he was like, don't you think it doesn't count if you paid for it? And me and the girls look at each other like, no, because, you know, you had sex. Like, the act happened. And he was like, no, because he didn't have to, like, he cheated, basically.
He cheated,
the game.
You cheated the system.
But the way that they view sex partners is that those are opportunities that you had to get an STD. So in that way, a prostitute is probably even more relevant because it's probably more likely.
How did you just meet each other?
I DM'd him, but like it was for work, so everyone.
She says that with such shame. Like,
I know,
it's
right?
so bad that you wanted to holler at me.
I mean,
but how did she get your attention? Because I'm sure you've been DM'd before.
That ass, though.
Oh.
I know. I figured that there was probably.
Did you send him an ass picture?
No.
No, I really DM'd him for work. Like I had to do outreach to podcasts and radio, so I like emailed him, and then I also DM'd him in case he didn't check his email, and then
And then I was like, yo.
And
let's go get dinner sometime.
Yeah, he was like, "When are you gonna buy me some drinks?" So like,
did I really say that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fire. Hell
and then
yeah.
we went to a podcast as our first date.
I got interviewed by fucking Gangsta Boo and Jackie Chain for my first ever time hanging out with her. Isn't that weird?
That was fun. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, God, what could make you look cooler than that?
Now, obviously, I mean, I think he's expressed that earlier in this episode. But you like girls too?
Yeah, I had my only other serious relationship I've ever been in was with a girl for 4 years when I was in college.
What's the difference from being with a guy and being with a girl?
Penis. There's a penis.
Well, there's
on
a
the
penis,
guy,
but I think I'm still like mostly straight because even with girls, I'm like more into them if they're like more masculine looking. I mean, we obviously hook up with
like a butch.
Well, I'm not. I never hook up with those girls, but I
never hooked up with like a Ellen DeGeneres type together.
No. But I recognize that, like, even in being attracted to certain women, that it just further solidifies the fact that I'm more straight.